Okay, so it's the 16th of May 2023. This is my monthly ride from work video. It's not monthly, but I am riding from work today. It's an occasional vlog I do. Try and make it monthly. It's about cycling and stuff. Though I will say, for the last few monthly ride to work videos I've done, I've not been riding to work and they've not been monthly. But I've been moaning about work and stuff. Sort of come to a head. I've not walked out, but I am being made redundant, more than likely. So that's a downer, not having any money. Yeah. But anyway, this is a cycling vlog. Now, I've been going on about this bike for about 8 months. 8 months in the making. I talked quite extensively about it last time, so I'm just really going to repeat myself. The only difference now is that I'm actually on it. Ta-da! So I've called this one Management's Got a Good Idea. Well, management's had a good idea, because if we know management, we know that they have really good ideas. So I've donated some stuff off of my other bike, which I call Conpontant 2. First one got stolen, the bastards. So yeah, I donated some stuff off it. It's a lot more expensive than what I thought it was going to be. I thought it's a cheap build because I can't afford anything other than cheapness. And I thought I'd just swap everything off my old bike. The frame was getting a bit tatty and oxidising, paint peeling off it and stuff. So I thought this frame, the tie frame, Planet X, Titus Silk Road, are on offer. I think I got it for £450. It's been quite good. Right, I'll just go through the parts I've got that I've donated out from my Conpontant. The Conpontant 2, it was a Vitus Sentia 2017, I think. They were okay for what it was. So the angle bars, the stem, I've took these off. Really like these. I think they probably need to be a little bit wider, but yeah, really like them. They're really good for gravel and stuff anyway. What else have I got off here? Some bottle cages. I think that's really all I took off it. So in the end I didn't really take that much off it at all, which is kind of disappointing. So the new stuff, obviously I've got a fender on here, don't really can see it. I'll take photos and try and list what I've put on it. Never had a front one on my old hardtail mountain bike. Although this is more of an adventure bike, not a mountain bike. But, you know, similar standards and everything. And I'm hoping it's going to stop dirt and crud flicking up into the bearings, the lower bearing on the headset. I'm sure it will, I think it'll help quite a lot. I've got a rear one as well. I know Mudguards look a bit crappy, but they are practical, aren't they? So what else is there? Oh, new forks. Got the Reba Rockshox. You got a puncture? Alright, cheers. Yeah, so I've got the Rockshox Rebas, 100mm travel on it. Give it a squeeze.
Cheers, thank you, buddy.
I'm gonna say it's these angle bars, too wide,
buddy.
too wide. So, yeah, so it seems okay. I don't know a good fork or a bad fork, as long as it gives me a bit of cushion. Okay, that much. They are quite light for suspension forks. I were hovering whether to get suspension forks or to go for some like rigid forks, whether they'd be steel or something else, carbon. Obviously I've tried the cheap carbon forks, which were ended in a face plant into dirt. That were painful. So I'm hesitant of all carbon forks now, especially on bikes that might get rashed around a bit. I had them on my cheap road bike, never had a problem with, but yeah, if you're going off drops and stuff like that, I'm very suspicious of the carbon stuff. Yes, I know all the high-end mountain bikes and everything are carbon, but to me it just seems like a fragile material. So I don't know. It's a personal thing, that. So the forks, got these little, I don't know what you can see, these green, like I say, I'll do pictures, green spacers. Gone for the green theme. Not all the greens match up. New hydraulic hoses, that were a learning curve for me. Never fitted an hydraulic hose before onto brakes. I've bled them but never fitted them, so that were a learning curve. Spent more money doing that because I messed it up and had to get a bit of experience doing it. Oh yeah, that's donated. That brake is donated off the old bike. This one's a new one because I knackered the threads on the caliper of the old one. This were only £20. Only £20 from Wiggle. Works fine, does the job, stops the bike. Now it's got a little tie bolt from Uber bikes. Seem okay. I don't really know how to judge them, to be honest with you. Now the cranks, I thought I'd just swap them off my old bike. I did. Now my old bike weren't a boost frame, and this one is. I didn't think it would make a difference. Yeah, it does. So the crank arms were almost, or the left hand crank arm was almost hitting the chainstay. I mean, they're about 2, maybe 3 millimeters away from it. I couldn't live with that. So I had to buy a new crank set. The Deore 5100s, I think. Yeah, so basic, and they weren't much, they were like 50 or 60 quid. But it all builds all these little bits. I mean, these spacers, I can't remember how much they were, but, and these tie bolts, they were, you know, they're not pennies, and like I say, it builds up over what thing you're buying. So that's the crankset. The wheels, they're new, cheap, under £50. WTB rims, and just, oh god, Formula rubs. But like I say, I'm having to work to a budget. Now, I would say if I could upgrade or spend more money on something, it would have been the wheels. I've had issues. One of them inflated fine, no problem. I've got them tubeless. But the rear one, I had no end of trouble. I used a whole, what do you call it, reel of rim tape, trying to inflate it. Yeah, whole reel of rim tape trying to inflate it. It was like coming through a seam, but I think it was seeping through other places, and the seam was the weakest point for it to get through. But I think the actual leak are elsewhere. Fisherman. So in the end, I watched a few YouTube videos. I went on to, I can't remember what it's called. I put a thing there. It's like a man and woman team. They when they was tubeless, they put the tubeless tape in, then secure the edges with electrical tape. Yeah, I'm sure electrical tape. So I did that. So there's more tape on it than you can imagine. I think I double rolled it and then put this electrical tape around the edges, right up the sides of the edge of the wheel as well. It seems to have worked. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it all on all my bikes, but I'll go tubeless on in future, because it did seem to work and it does seem like a good idea. I don't know whether it is or not, but there you go. So there wheels. The wheels, I mean, the Formula rubs and stuff, you just can't get aftermarket stuff. These Reba Rockshox, they've got that, I can't remember what it's called, Torx system. Got this Torx system, basically bigger contact points with the axle and stuff. You need special cap ends for it. Well, I just couldn't do a proper fork, I don't know, a normal standard fork, I don't know. But I can't find any torque cap ends to fit them. I've got these like little these little things off eBay what you stick onto the forks so you can align it. I don't think it matters in the great scheme of things, it's just hard to line up when you're trying to put the wheel on. But I've got a couple of those, yeah, they're okay, but they keep coming unstuck. I'll try, if I can find a photo, I'll put a photo up for them. So that's that. And what I've donated from the Mula Negra, my touring bike, the one I've been using of late, because it's the only one I had really, is the rear derailleur and the chain. Now, when I originally bought the rear derailleur, it was the Advent X. I got the drop bar shifters with it, and this is why I got them, because I wanted to get something with drop bar shifters that could swap to trigger shifters. Couldn't find any Shimano that were compatible for a simple swap like that. I mean, and have a big setup back, you know what I mean, to go on by. Right, so yeah, so I had always planned to take them off, and you know, is that for changing 2 gears or what? Yeah, this is started. And yeah, the Advent X works fine because it's a new trigger shifter. It's working spotlessly. I mean, obviously, oh, the cassette, that's the Advent X version as well, the lighter version, the aluminium version of it. It is getting worn, but it's aluminium. Excuse me. That. So I think that's about it. Bottom brackets from Uber Bikes, green one. Don't know what to make of those Uber Bikes, so it's alright one. So that's, oh, new saddle. I've just sat down and realised I've got a new saddle. It's what do you call it? Selle Italia. It's got uncomfortable. It's so uncomfortable. My bum bones like just like I don't know. I can't explain it. Never had an uncomfortable saddle before. I just thought people whined about it, but this is just not right. So I don't know I don't know whether to. I might take the one off Mula Negra. It's Mula Negra. It's Marine Four Corners. Weirdest geometry I've ever had in a bike, but I love it. So there's that. So yeah, the seat's not great. Oh, the post. Or another thing I doubled up on because I made mistakes. The post, I just assumed I could swap it from my old bike, different size. So I had to, I bought a new one. A cheap one, brand X, dropper post. A short travel one, because I'm only tiny, like a dwarf. Yeah, it seems okay. Maybe that's what's making the ride feel harsh. I'm expecting the ride to be a lot more supple, more like the Mula Negra. That's a steel bike, and it does feel quite spongy. Whereas this, probably not as hard as aluminium, but I'm expecting it to be a bit more Forgive him. And the seat post keeps slipping down a bit, but that's because I'm just not tightening it up right. So I think I've gone through everything now. So that's my Planet X Titus Silk Road, aka management's got a good idea. Seems okay. The only real problem I've got is the seat on it, I think. So it is the 16th of May 2023. That's me done.